Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly if you're new, and if you are returning, then you already know how I feel about you. And if you are new, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Stay a while, join the family. I'm so happy to have you. Today we are talking all things books. So if you're interested in books like I'm interested in books, go ahead and stick around. We have our coffee. We're gonna get real cozy. We're gonna talk about all the books that I have here. I have a huge stack. I'll show you in a second. I need a sip. Let me put that out of the way because I will spill it. But today we're going to be talking about these 10 books. I think it's 10. But this nice big stack here. These are some of my favorite books. Some books I don't like too much, but I'm going to give you the lowdown on all of it. If you've been here for a while, if you've watched some of my vlogs, some of my other videos, you know I love to read. I love psychological thrillers. I love murder mysteries. Those are my jam. So most of the books I have here are in that category, in that genre. But some of them can be a little different. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. All right, I'm going to start off with this book called The Other Woman. This book right here was very good, and it's on Reese's book club. It has the little logo there. I love following Reese's book club because I feel like she just has such great recommendations, and all the books that she puts out I pretty much love. So this book is about a husband and a wife and a mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law is from hell. She does everything she can to break them up, and when you're reading it, you're getting pissed. You're like, the husband isn't doing anything. He's not putting his mom in her place. And the wife, she's pretty much at her wit's end, and she is being a bitch back, and I cannot, excuse my language, I cannot blame her. But this will take you for a loop. It is not what you think. And I will say, turning the page, I thought I knew what was going on, and then I was like, wait a minute, but that can't be right. So it is very much a psychological thriller. It messes with your mind. And until the last page, I'm kind of just like, maybe I don't know what's going on. This is a good book. I do recommend it. I'm going to give this book a 7 out of 10. I would say go ahead and put this on your reading list, The Other Woman, and it's by Sandy Jones. Up next, we have In 5 Years. This book, I didn't know what was going on. Okay, when you read the back of the book and you get the description, it leads down one path, and it is totally not the path that it takes. And those are the type of books I love. I love when I'm at the finish line, I'm like, wow, okay, that I couldn't have predicted that. Because some of these books I could write them. Like, they are so predictable, and it's just whatever, just a quick, fun, easy read. But this one, yeah, it made me cry. I'm a flight attendant. If you're new here, if you haven't seen my other vlogs, that is what I do for my job. I was on the jump seat reading this on a red eye one night, crying hard, like not just the cute little tears. No, I mean, like, the other flight attendants were asking me, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? How can we help? And I'm like, it's the book. It's the book. But I do recommend this one. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Some of the stuff in it, I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. But I do recommend it. Yeah, I do recommend it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This book, The Arrangement. This is by Kristen Moglen. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. But this one is another one that takes a turn, to say the least. We always think it's the husband, right? And it very well may be, but sometimes it's not. That's all. I don't want to give too much away, but sometimes it is. So I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. It was an easy read, not groundbreaking, not something that I'm just like over the moon about, but I will say that this it is worth the read. It's a very easy read if you just need something in between your good books that you want to add to your list. I'm gonna say The Arrangement. Go ahead and grab it. All right, Her by Brittany King. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. This book, I cannot even tell you what it's about. I read the whole thing, and I discussed it with some friends in a book club. And when we were discussing it, they were saying things, and I'm like, wow, I couldn't even tell you that happened. They didn't like it either. I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10, and that's just because I don't want to give it a 0. This book sucked. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Shot. All right, Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book was good. I'm going to give this probably an 8 to 9 out of 10. Colleen Hoover writes, I have another book in here, we'll get to it, but she writes very well. I really enjoy her style of writing. And I can't really think of another author that I would say that about, but this book, psychological thriller. You don't know really what's going on until the end, and even then you're still kind of left with like a, is that really what happened or did it not? So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give this an 8 to a 9 out of 10. You need to pick this up. You need to read this book. I've heard she has some great, I heard her other books are great as well. Like I said, I've read one other, but I have a few more on my list from her. So go ahead and pick this up. The Push. This is by Ashley Audrain, and this is gonna be the best book that we talk about today. This book I give a 20 out of 10. This book was amazing. Even down to the last page, the last line of the last page, you're like, what? I hope that they somehow make a limited series on this book. Hell, even a few seasons on this book. This book was amazing. At least a movie. I need something. I was like, I thought about this book for days after I finished it. And you just know that's how it's a great book. I will highly recommend anyone. When the first book out of my mouth when someone asks me, do I have a book recommendation, is this. Please go get this and come back and let me know. DM me on Instagram. I'll have my Instagram right down here. Tell me what you think. I need to know. Where the Crawdad Scene by Delilah Owens. This was a good book. It did take me a minute to get into it. Once I was reading it, I think it did start off slow, just my honest opinion. But once you're in it, you're in it. I'm not gonna say it's predictable, but it's not unpredictable either. It's just a story about a girl who is pretty much abandoned her whole life by both of her parents, by her siblings. And she, from a young age, like 4, I wanna say, has to make ends meet by herself. And the setting is years ago, so it does kind of have like some racist comments in it and stuff, so just a warning on that. But I do recommend this book. It was a good book, a good read. It Ends With Us, the next book by Colleen Hoover. This book, another one that made me cry. I mean, it doesn't take much to make me cry. I cry over everything. However, this had a great lesson. Like, the meaning in this book, it deals with a bit of domestic violence. It is a great book. It's a great read. I definitely would recommend it. I would say read this one before Varidity. Varidity is more of an easy read, and not easy as in simple, but easy as in it's a good page turner. This one kind of gets a little heavy. I do say read it. I love, again, Colleen Hoover's style of writing. And yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about this book. I just noticed that I'm not rating all the books that I started and then I stopped. But I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. This book was just okay to me. I'm going to give this like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It's on Reese's Book Club as well. It's just, the characters get a little bit annoying to me. I was kind of ready for it to end. It's not that I don't recommend this book, but I've heard like mixed reviews on it. It's whatever. The Paper Palace. This one is by Miranda Cowley Heller. Yeah, it's another one on Reese's Book Club. This one was good. Another one that kind of took me a minute to get into. But once I was in. It was a page turner. It's about 2 older people, a man and a woman. They're in their 50s. They're both married with different families, but they fell in love when they were kids. And now they're having sex while both of their families are on a vacation. So yeah, you can just gather from that what you will. I do recommend this. I'm going to give this probably a 9 out of 10. Go pick this up and read it. And last but not least, We Were Never Here. This is by Andrea Bart, and this one I give like a 6 to 7. It's very predictable. You can pretty much tell what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this, honestly. Another one that's on Reese's Book Club. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's okay, it's mediocre. I would not recommend it once again, but it can just be kind of low down your list. That is all of the books. We kind of flew through this. Sorry, I have someone calling me. We kind of flew through this. That's all the books that I really wanted to discuss with you guys. Next time I'll make it longer because I'm only at, what, 12 minutes once I edit down. Probably be around 8. But I do want to show you what I have coming up next. I just ordered The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. So I'm excited to dig into this. I can hear my phone, sorry. And then LA Weather. This one's by Maria Amparo Escandon. I don't know, I'm probably butchering that name, I'm sorry. But I love the cover of this. Like, just look at the details. Look how intricate. So I'm excited about these. These will be included in my next book review. Hopefully you guys like this. Thank you for tuning in to this. I've been meaning to make this video for a very long time, reviewing the book. I'm a huge book junkie, and yeah, I could talk books all day and night. So once again, I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're still here, you're listening to this outro, I truly appreciate you. Go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know if you've read any of these, if it's on your reading list, and what books you are currently reading. Recommend some books to me. So once again, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys in my next video.